Hi, Maureen. Hi, Satya.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Shivani.
You are wearing red today.
I know. I'm matchy. I thought today I should honor the students in China. Actually, I didn't think that, but I'm in red. Okay,
Yes.
I'm getting you to be. Yeah, that's good. I can't see. Shanti Pan. There she is. Shanti Pan is doing the recording, isn't it? Yeah, I have given her the permission. So, welcome everybody. It is nice to be in the class. And I am welcome everybody. Today we are on lesson 32, an introduction to Vargas. And I put the photograph of goddess Lakshmi. And this is a form of goddess Lakshmi that is known as Ashtalakshmi. And I purposely put it here because you see that the Vargas, they start with the main chart and then there are divisions of that chart. And here we have, this is goddess Lakshmi, and then we have Adi Lakshmi, Vijaya Lakshmi, Veera Lakshmi, all different forms of Lakshmi, but it's all Lakshmi itself. So these Varga charts, they represent a part of the original, but they have a, um, you know, more focused approach on particular areas. And this is me at puja at the temple, and this little baby elephant. He was very sweet. I think now less and less elephants are there because public is not happy. This many years ago. But these are domestic animals, they can't go into, they can't be freed. So we have to take care of them. So we start with our chanting. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakareshu Sarvada. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahman Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Brahma Murari Tripurantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Budhascha Guruscha Shukraha Shani Rahu Ketava Sarve Graha Shanti Bhavo. Om Dadhi Shankatushārabham Shirodaranavasambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambho Mukatabhushanam. So today our mantra practice is of Ketu. We are coming to the end of the course, so we have the last mantras to do. Om Palasha Pushpa Sankasham Taraka Grahamastakam Rodram Rodratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. So here I put multicolor for Ketu. So generally the cloth or the color for Ketu is multicolor. And in the Ketu temple, they worship Ketu with the printed material. So that is a very interesting aspect of Ketu. And so just to remind you about the courses that begin in March 2024. So the early bird is 21st October, but you can wait for later if you want, but just check the program out. And so today we are talking about Vargas, and I have written a book on this called Shodasha Varga, available to download or buy as a book from all retailers. I think you can check it out. 16 divisional charts of Vedic astrology. So Shodasha means 16. The word Varga means a part or a division. Amsha means God's share. These amshas or vargas shows God's portion of that the soul has inherited. Both the strengths and weaknesses that we have created for ourselves from actions in previous lives. 16 is the number of perfection in Vedas. It represents the fullness of existence, consciousness, and experience. The Shodasha Varga or 16 divisional charts are studied to understand the true nature of an individual. The Vargas are specialized and essential area of Vedic astrology, which assess a variety of charts arrived at by dividing the usual 30 degrees per zodiac sign by different numbers. There are 16 Varga charts in all. Each Varga focuses on a different area of life. Together, they represent a complete picture. They reflect the human consciousness from reality to subconscious. So these are the Varga charts that we study. So the first chart is Rashi, which we have been studying so far. It is the physical body. It is one division and it's called D1. D means division 1. Hora, wealth, male, female, division 2, D2. Drakana, siblings, initiative, 3 divisions, D3. Chaturthamsha, fortunes, moksha, 4 divisions, D4. Saptamsha, children, creation, 7 divisions, D7. Navamsha, dharma, spouse, 9 divisions, D9. Dashamsha, career, 10 divisions, D10. Dwadashamsha's parents, past life, 12 divisions, D12. Out of all these, Navamsha is the most important Varga. And normally in any chart, we study the Rashi and Navamsha together, companion. Then we have Shodashamsha, vehicles, luxury, transport, thirst for moksha, 16 divisions, D16. Vimshamsha, spirituality, moksha, 20 divisions, D20. Siddhamsha, higher learning, spiritual strength, siddhis, past life, 24 divisions, D24. Bhamsha, mental strengths, 27 divisions, D27. Trimshamsha, Panchamahabhuta, it's also Trim Shamsha studied for health. 30 divisions, D30. Kave Damsha, maternal lineage, 40 divisions, D40. Aksha Vedamsha, paternal lineage, 45 divisions, D45. Shashti Amsha, past karma, dharma, subconscious, 60 divisions, D60. So here we have Adam Levine's chart. He's a American rock star, and he also was the judge on the program Voice, USA Voice. And so this is his Rashi chart, but the Rashi chart does not show the internal picture. So it's the Varga charts that show the internal picture. And here we have the 16 Varga charts. You can look at sometimes in this way, but you don't necessarily look at all together. But there are techniques where we need to see the whole chart. And this is in North Indian, and here we have in South India. So I'm just going to show you how to do it. Okay, here I have, sorry, this is the wrong one. Excuse me. So here I have the chart in North Indian format. And basically, if you go to layout examples, in layout examples, right at the bottom, you'll get 16 multiplied by 4 by 4, 16 Varga charts. And I'll just show you how to put this chart here. So I have, see, on my software, I have made different pages, and this is page 30. One sec, let me, there's the pages. So this is page 30. Actually, I had it written, but so if I do blank page, this is going to make this page blank. And now I'll go to the layout examples and I'll put Vargas from the layout examples. And there I have the layout examples here. It's got all sorts of information here that I don't need. And so one sec. Because that will just okay. So now what I'm going to do is I put that apply planets, etc. to the page. So now all the extra bits have been removed. So this is the Varga chart. Now what I will also do is on the page here, I've forgotten how to name the page. Name, rename page, because the name got removed. Vim Shopaka. No. Oh, shucks, I've again done something wrong. Yeah, this was, I showed you what to do, but I did it on the wrong page. But anyway, here we have the page here. So all the charts are there. And in my pages, I've got, see, Vargas 16 4x4. And so this is important to have all the charts here. And actually you study one by one the chart. So here we have the chart available. So each of the Vargas, there are many methods to in calculating the Vargas. We are following Sage Parashara's guidelines. He used both symmetrical and asymmetrical way of constructing the Vargas. And these are the Vargas. So basically, when we are doing the division like Rashi, we've been studying there are 12 houses and 12 divisions. But as we go more, Hora is 2 divisions. So therefore, overall, there'll be 24 divisions. And Shashti Amsha here, 60. That means it divides the chart into 720 sections. And your planet will fall in one of those 720 sections. So it's a very precise way of looking at the chart. And each Varga also represents different things. So the mathematics of the Vargas up to D12 are connected to the physical self. Their mathematic usually reflects the house according to the number of divisions except for D7 and D9. So here we see D1 is first house, D2 is second, D3 is third, D4 is fourth house, D7 is fifth house. This takes into account that fifth house is 11th from the 7th, so indicating the profit from marriage is children. So D7 chart is studied for children. Nothing else, not creativity, it's children. D9 represents 7th and 9th house. This takes into account that 7th house is 11th from the 9th, so profit from dharma is marriage. This morning somebody said, no, nowadays nobody treats marriage as dharma. That is true, but in the olden days, that is how it was, and this is an old science, so we are studying this. D10 is 10th house and D12 is 12th house. So if you want to know more about your career, you'll find a lot about your career in the Rashi chart and in the Navamsha chart. But if you want to know even more, you will look at the 10th house, D10. The next set of Vargas show deeper issues, and you divide the Varga by 12, and the balance is the house the division is related to. So D16 is 16 divided by 12, remainder is 4, relates to the fourth house. D20, 20 divided by 12, remainders 8, relates to the eighth house. D24, 24 divided by 12, remainders 12 or 0. Usually 0 represents 12, relates to the 12th house. D27, 2 times 12, and the remainder is 3, relates to the third house. D30, 30 divided 2 times 12, remainder 6, relates to the sixth house. D40, 3 times 12, remainders fourth house, relates to the fourth. D45, 3 times 12, remainders 9, relates to the ninth house. D60, 5 times 12, therefore remainder is 0. 0 is regarded as 12, relates to the 12th house. So Parashara gives great emphasis to the deities as he has given them in detail. And you see, if you get my book is got all the deity information, and Vargas is a very big subject. So we are just touching a bit of it, introduction to you. Then the Rashi chart and the Vargas. Rashi chart is also a Varga chart, 30 degrees divided by 1. Rashi represents your whole outer personality in all its complexity. Each Varga represents one particular area of your life house. Emphasized, it takes a theme already present in the Rashi chart and magnifies it for closer study. A good analogy is that wide lens of the camera taking the big picture. Varga is like a zoom lens. It highlights specific area you can focus on. So this is a temple, very famous temple for Lord Ganesha. And on the left-hand side, this little temple is also the entry temple. So people come in and worship him here, and then they go inside. So what you see is that when you are getting the bigger picture, you can't see what is happening inside this little temple. But when you zoom in, then you get the detail. You can see it's Lord Ganesha. He's got two necklaces on. It's all more detail here that then I can give you. So you see that you have the overall picture with the Rashi. Vargas exist due to the Rashi chart, so we must always study them in reference to the Rashi chart, not alone. And we keep on studying the Varga charts and developing the knowledge throughout our lives, really. Once we start studying Jyotish, and in our level 2, we have more on Vargas, and level 3 as well. So for the Vargas, the right time of birth is important. For the Varga charts to be correct, it is good to have the exact time of birth. Some Vargas subdivide the whole sign so minutely that a slight error in time of birth can completely throw out the calculations, like the Shashti Amsha chart, which divides each sign into 60 parts. For Varga charts to be correct, it is important to have the good time. Varga Lagna changes. Mostly what happens is that the ascendant of the Varga changes. Often planets remain in the same position in Varga. Unless you're born right at the time a planet is changing a degree, and therefore it can have an impact in the Vargas. So there are 5 cycles of Vargas. 1 to 12 division of Varga reflect the physical plane. 16, 20, 24 divisions all show the pranic energy needs, firstly for happiness through material things, but then for spirituality, aspiration for moksha, positive actions to make changes. Then 27 and 30 division shows the mental energy, inherited talents and weaknesses. D27 is a further division of nakshatra, so shows mentality and unconscious mind. D30 is connected to the tithi and month, shows atmosphere the mind or the soul dwells in. It can show real evil or true genius. D40 and 45 is ancestral legacy and what we inherit from our forefathers and their influence. D60 are deep-rooted issues, the deities that guard our dharma or can destroy it. Very complex aspects that are so deep-rooted that they need special understanding. It shows the map of our past life karma. So, when I was looking at these 5 cycles of Vargas, I thought that they should be connected to the kosha. Kosha means a sheath. According to Vedantic philosophy, it is one of the 5 coverings of Atma or the soul. Kosha system refers to different aspects as layers of subjective experience that hide the true self. So the Vargas also, our soul is inside. These are all outer coverings that are are obscuring the picture. So the 5 koshas are Annamaya kosha, food sheath, Pranamaya kosha, vital breath sheath, Manomaya kosha, mental sheath, Vigyanmaya kosha, knowledge sheath, and Anandamaya kosha, bliss sheath. So these are the pictures of koshas. You can see the inner self, which is surrounded by the bliss sheath, and then all the other sheaths. A better picture is here. This is the Atman, and it is surrounded by the bliss sheath, then by Ananda Maya Kosha, bliss, intellectual sheath, Vigyan Maya Kosha, mental sheath, Mano Maya Kosha, energy, Prana, Pranamaya Kosha, and finally the outer is food sheath, Annamaya Kosha. That's the gross body. So as we go internally, then these aspects are very important to understand. So the 5 cycles of Varga and Kosha, Annamaya Kosha, food sheath, D1 to D12. Pranamaya Kosha, vital breath sheath, D12 to D24. Manomaya Kosha, mental sheath, D20 to D30. Vigyanmaya Kosha, knowledge sheath, D40 to D45. And Anandamaya Kosha, bliss sheath, D60. So all these sheaths, to reach the bliss, we have to purify all these aspects of life. And then we come to the bliss. But what Jyotish is doing is that it's pinpointing specific areas of your chart. And then you can do the remedies for it and purify those sheets so that you are getting closer and closer to the divine or your soul. So the Varga charts also enclose our true soul, but understanding the sheath and then using precise yogic remedial measures to deal with the crisis presented there helps to purify, open the doorway to the soul again. So Vargas is the most important part of our study of Jyotish, but it is more as you get more advanced, you will study more of it, and that is what is important here to understand. So anybody has any questions, anything they'd like to ask?
Hi, Camilla.
Yeah.
Katya. So I've always wondered, because Varga charts are divisions of the Rashi chart. So thinking about aspects and conjunctions, so like the planets aren't physically actually close together, and they're not looking in the same way at another planet as in a Rashi chart. And I've heard that there are 2 schools of thought on this matter. If you look at aspects and conjunctions in Varga charts or not.
Well, conjunction, you obviously look at it because if 2 planets are together, they are in conjunction. So in a Varga chart, but aspects, I like to look at aspects.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I like, especially Navamsha, I like to look at the aspects.
Okay. Thank you.
So then these Vargas are put into groups. There's one group, Shodasha Varga group, which all 16 divisional charts are taken into consideration. This was usually used in analyzing charts of kings, monarchs, heads of state. I like to use this division for all my analysis as it gives a complete view of the chart. You see, if you think that you had to do by hand all the 16 charts, so if you had to do everything by hand, then it was difficult to do all the charts. So the kings and the monarchs, they used to have in-house astrologers with given very great importance. There's a place next to Agra, next to the Taj Mahal, called Fatehpur Sikri. That's the old palace of the kings of one of the kings of India. And there in the most important position is a whole seating area where the chief astrologer sat. And the astrologer had many assistants and help from others. It was a very important job. And he would be all the time looking at the chart of the king. And so, therefore, anything the king had to do, the first thing he would ask was the astrologer. So now our software within 1 second will do all the divisional charts, and every software will do it. So it isn't just the Sri Jyoti star, all the softwares will do it. Therefore, it makes a lot of sense to look at all the 16 Vargas, although you don't necessarily pay importance to all of them. And then there is the next is Dasha Varga, 10 Vargas, which takes into account Rashi, Hora, Drekana, Saptamsha, Navamsha, Dashamsha, Dwadashamsha, Shodashamsha, Trimshamsha, and Shashtiamsha. So it misses out 6 Vargas. This group was used for an average person. It covers most of the important areas. Then Sapta Varga, 7 Vargas, Rashi, Horas D2, Drekana D3, Saptamsha D7, Navamsha D9, Dwadashamsha D12, and Trimshamsha is D30. So this group was used in Shadbal, which is another way to calculate strength, and Mahurata, electing time. And Shadvarga, 6 Vargas, Rashi, Hora, Drekana, Navamsha, Dwadashamsha, Trimshamsha. This group was used for Prashna. Actually, a lot of astrologers just use Shadvarga. At the time when I was starting my Jyotish, everything was done by hand. We didn't have software programs. Then once I became professional, everything's been online for many years now. So therefore, we can look at all these Varga charts we want to look at. Everything's available for us. But originally, when somebody's chart came, then the astrologer had to make all the Varga charts, all the other things, everything by hand. So people started doing less and less. So they made these groups, and but these groups are there from Sage Parashar's time as well. Only our mind is less immediately functional on making the charts. So then what we do is that we study, which is what we are doing today, is that Vimshopak Bal, the planetary strength in Vargas. Vimshopak means 20, Bal means strength. This is the collective strength of planets taking into account their placement in the various Varga charts. It represents the relative strength or weakness of every planet in each Varga. All planets are taken into consideration except Rahu Ketu. For Rahu Ketu, you study their ruling planet. So basically what you are doing is that you're looking at the collective strength of a planet. That means that not just the strength at the top, but internally, what is the strength of the planet? So here now we see that this is Adam Levine again. So we make this Shodasha Varga with dignities. This is called Vimshopak Bal, means the strength of 20. Really, that's what it means. And here what you can see is that each of the divisions, firstly, all the lagnas are given. And you can see in Adam Levine's chart, he has a lot of Leo ascendants. And then let's just look at his sun. Sun is in Pisces, neutral, Hora, Cancer, Drekana, Pisces, Chaturtamsha, Pisces, Saptamsha, Virgo, Navamsha, Leo. So all the different positions are given, and below all the numbers are given. So Shadbal, if you're taking only Shad Varga, only 6 Vargas, these are the points he gets. If you take 7 Vargas, these are the points. Dasha Varga, these are the points. And finally, all the 16 Vargas, these are the points. Now, what I like to do here is that Wim Chopak gets 20 points in total. So we want to see in this last row any planet that has got less than 10, because 10 becomes an average. Adam Levine has Saturn less than 10, but it's 9.4, so it's almost 10, so it's okay. But his strongest planet is the Sun, and Sun is his ascendant ruler. If we take Rahu, Rahu is in Leo, so Rahu's strength would be the same as Sun's strength. And Ketu is in Aquarius, Ketu's strength would be Saturn's strength because it's in Aquarius. So you can see, according to this system, Rahu's ruling planet has more strength, so Rahu is stronger influence here. So how is the Wim Chopak bulk calculated? And it's a kind of one-stop shop to see everything. Planets placed in their exaltation sign get full Wim Chopak of 20 points. Planets placed in their debilitation gets no Wim Chopak. So this is the calculation here, that if you have a planet in any of the Vargas, either exalted or own sign, it gets 20. Great friend will get 18. Friend will get 15. Neutral gets 10. Enemy gets 7. Great enemy gets 5. And debilitation gets 0 points. So if you look at Adam Levine's chart, in Vimshamsha and Siddhamsha, he has a debilitated sun. So these two divisions are not giving any strength to overall picture. So these now numerical values, and where the exaltation is there, you are getting the full strength. However, each Varga doesn't offer the same value. So there's a proportional table here that each Varga has, certain Vargas are more important than the others. And here what you see is that Rashi proportionately gives 3.5. So for example, if you have an exalted planet in Rashi, it will get 3.5 because it's a proportionally reduced so that all the numbers add up. In Hora, own exalted will get 1. Drakana 1. Chaturthamsha, Saptamsha will get 0.5. Navamsha gets 3. Dashamsha gets 0.5. Dwadashamsha gets 0.5. So you see, the Shamsha, which is connected to career, has not been given so much importance. So you can have an exalted planet in the Shamsha or own sign. As far as numbers value will be concerned, it will only contribute 0.5. And of course, any of these Vargas, if a planet is debilitated, it gets 0. And Shoda Shamsha 2, Vimshamsha, Siddhamsha, and Bhamsha 0.5. Trimshamsha 1, Kavedamsha, Akshavedamsha 0.5, and Shashtiamsha, the D60, gets 4. So this is a calculation of how the planets are, and overall then 20 points are given. So the 20 points are allocated in this way. Wim Chopak proportional table shows importance given to various Vargas. In the Shodasha Varga group, Navamsha is given 3 points out of 20. Rashi is given 3.5. They are almost equal importance, while the Shamsha is only given 0.5. Shashtiamsha D60 is given 4. So the points are proportionately reduced, are given. So the formula for this, and remember, you had to do all this by hand. Now the computers do for you. So the proportional points multiplied by actual points divided by 20. So the proportional points, Sanskrit name is Swavishwa, actual point is Varga Vishwa. You don't need to remember the names, but you see, originally they used to say that if you want to be an astrologer, you must be good at maths because everything was needing to be calculated. So if we were calculating Shodasha Varga for the sun in Cancer in D60 chart, the Swavishva or proportional points will be 4. The points Sun has gained in D60 are 18. So the formula will work like this: 4 multiplied by 18 equals 3.6, and the total so 4 multiplied by 18 divided by 20 equals 3.6. So if you have a Sun in a friend's sign, it will get 3.6 in Shashtyamsha. So you see, each Varga had to be calculated. Not only that, the relationships needed to be calculated again. So it is quite complicated. And you may find sometimes that your software may not give the same numbers, because you have to look at the settings menu. And if you are using some different software, the software designer may have some quirk and there may be some difference there. But you must look at the setting menu as well. So you should work your own Wim Shopak using this formula. I don't think anybody does it. You better to use your software. But software may have some bugs. And, every time I update my software, I find that some time data has been changed. So I have to look at the new data again and again. And so once you have done all this, you get this position, the power of the planet. So this is the ability of the planet to deliver what it has to deliver. But remember, there are 3 different types of strengths. So Wim Shopak is one strength, and that is the strength of the Vargas. We have Shadbal, which takes a broader picture, and then Ashtaka Varga. Shadbal is taught year 2, Ashtaka Varga is taught year 3. So I like to look at all the strengths, but let's look at the Wim Shopak. So if you have 17.5 to 20 in all the Wim Shopak, it's called Ati Purna, extremely strong. Purna strong, 15 to 17.5. Ati Madhya, medium to strong, 12.5 to 15. Madhya, medium strength, 10 to 12.5. Swalpa, average, 7.5 to 10. Ati Swalpa, below average, 5 to 7.5. Heen, weak, 2.5 to 5. And Ati Heen, 0 to 2.5. So basically what you see is that mostly people have planets Swalpa, Madhya, and Ati Madhya between 7.5 to 15. Higher is rarer and lower is also rarer. But when you look at the chart, even the low planets means you have to do remedy, but sometimes a planet that is very strong also is a responsibility, how to use it wisely, how to use your strength wisely. So the strength of the planet of Wim Shopak shows the effective energy of the planet, how their Karaka will work, the strength of the house rulers in the Rashi, and their power is expressed during their Dasha. So as you go into a new Dasha or a sub-period, you need to see what is the strength of the planet to deliver what you want. It could be 0 to 20. So sometimes, people have certain ideas that this dasha comes, it should deliver this. But if the strength of the planet is not there, then the planet struggles to deliver everything. It will still deliver, but we also then need to energize it, think about remedies, all those things are there. So here now we see in Adam Levine's chart, he has most of his planets, you could see, is in 3 planets, sorry. Mars, Mercury, and Jupiter are in Madhya. And Venus, 12.38, Moon, 12.82, and Sun, 13.15. This is in, no, Venus is also in Madhya. Sorry, it should be and Moon and Sun, they are in Ati Madhya, means they are 12.5 to 15. So these two planets are strong, and Saturn is just in Swalpa because it's 9.4. So 9.10 is goes into Madhya. So one of the things I like to look at the chart is I like to look at this detail here to see what is the strength of the various planets. And in that, I also like to see if there is something very low or very high. And general rule of thumb is that if you have planets at similar strength, it is much better than having very high and very low, because that means that in your dasha and sub periods you may get a extreme good experience, and then in the antara suddenly you get a drop in the experience. So that is very important. So I'm going to look at a few charts. I won't be able to look at all the charts. So here now I have a page here, page 30. It needs to be named. So because I renamed the page. So now I know this is the Vimshopaka chart. And how do you get this chart? Basically, you will just click on the software, and you will get Vim, if you do Vimshopaka or divisions with dignity and Vimshopak. So you will get this chart. Now I have actually formatted my thing to 2 by 2. But if I format it 4 by 3, or you get a very small page. So I have a page dedicated to Vimshopak because I look at it all the time and I want it big, and I don't have such a large screen laptop. So here you can see that all the data is given here. Now, there are certain aspects that you need to look at here. I've got default Hora D2 Parashar, and then default Shodashamsha Parashar, recalculate temporary friendships. So these are some of the things that I've put in here. So you need to see that they are the same ones. And so let us look at your charts. So we have Atma Jyoti here. So you see now, you can see these degrees here, and just look at Atma Jyoti's Jupiter's position. Jupiter is getting 18.4 because that is Purna. Very rare, very good aspect. And you can see here that all Jupiter is in Sagittarius many times. And somebody's sound is coming. Yeah, so you can see, and a lot of fire signs for Jupiter here, but these are all either friend, own sign, and we can see 18.4 for Jupiter. Weakest planet is Mercury. Mercury is 9.2. Capricorn Lagna Lord Saturn is 15.62. So you see all the planets with the exception of Mercury is in above 10. 9.28 is okay, but it's not, you know, in comparison to your other planets is not. And reason is this, that Mercury is getting a lot of neutrals. So the neutral energy doesn't give so many points, but we have exalted Virgo, exalted own sign. So that is something to look for. And Emma has, again, I look here, Mars 18.5 and Mercury 13.85 and all planets above 10. That's the first thing I look. Everything is got energy, and your ascendant ruler Saturn has got 12.25, so 25. So that is quite good. And I'd look inside. It's got Capricorn here, Capricorn on sign. So overall, you know, the aspects of Saturn, you see, Saturn is debilitated in Navamsha. So Navamsha, 3 points get minus immediately. So you see that planets' strengths are indicated here. And so this is Jennifer's chart here. And we can see again all planets above 10. So that is good. Stronger Saturn 13.32, Moon 11.97, not bad. So I like this overall strength of all the planets. When I'm looking at a client's chart, I have a quick look at this, and something like in Atma Jyoti's Jupiter was so powerful, then I would look at how Jupiter's placed everything. Here we see Jennifer, you know, moon, you can see Aquarius, moon, Aquarius, but it is twice exalted, no, 3 times. In D12 is exalted, D20, D27, and D4. So there's a lot of inner picture which is not visible. You think my moon is just in Aquarius, but there are so many different layers that are giving you the personality. And one more, Junjay. And Junjay is got, here we see, now we can see a weakness here. Mars is debilitated, so it's only 4.83. That means it is Ati Swalpa. No, Hina. Hina. So Heen, 4.83. Sun, not so strong, 9.43. Sun is, you know, if but it's 9.43 is close to 10, so that's quite okay. But usually, like Mars is your ascendant ruler, so it being in this not so strong position means there's lack of confidence. Sometimes you don't know what direction to go. So strengthening Mars will be very important. And here you can see it's got number of Vargas. It continues to be debilitated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Vargas. So that's why there's a lot of places just got 0 points. So what we do with Jyotish is that we try to see that, yes, that is a position and we need to work on it and improve its strength. And so that would be especially for you, Junjay, it is your ascendant ruler. So that is a very important aspect for you. And I will just look at one more and then we will have a discussion. So Levant here, we see again all the planets. Moon has weakness here, 8.8, it's Swalpa. So you can say it is okay, not that. And moon can be helped through meditation, through other management aspects, but usually the moon not being strong means the mind is more restless and you find it more difficult to manage it and control it. You are Leo Lagna and Sun in Sagittarius, and with 12.8, it is a good position for it. And overall, it has a solid strength here. So 12.8 through, it is in Ati Madhya. So it's a stronger element of it. And the strongest is the Sun, which is your Lagna Lord. So anybody has any questions, anything they'd like to ask? So there's one more step in looking at these Vargas, and that is the Visheshika Amsha. Visheshika means special. Amshas take into account the exaltation, Multrikona, own sign in the Vargas. Depending on how many times a planet achieves this in the various Vargas, this is considered strong and special. Visheshika is like a Raja Yoga. It's like an important thing. So when planets in the Vargas become either exalted, Multrikona, own sign, they push the quality of the personality higher. And planets in their various Varga groups achieve this distinction of being special by being in their optimum position, exaltation, Multrikona, own sign, more than once. Weakness of planet is not taken into account. The language of these Visheshikas are linked to deities, flowers, trees and flowers, showing the capability of a planet to bloom, give pleasure. Their spiritual qualities show sattvic, pure elements. Generally, the thing is this, that the higher the points you have, the bigger the Visheshika you will have. However, that's not always true, because sometimes even with low points, you'll get lot of Visheshika, because some of the Vargas don't give that many points, but these Amshas will still be there. So for the class, I'm only doing Visheshika and Shodasha Varga. Study the notes for further Visheshikas. So if you have a planet twice, it is known as Bhedaka Amsha. Bhedaka is known as piercing, one who can gain all the secrets, and they are distinguished. Bheda means sacred, secret knowledge. Planets learn secrets and can be different from others. Swami Shivananda has Jupiter in Bhedaka Amsha. Thrice known as Kusuma Amsha. Kusum is a beautiful flower. Planet is able to flower for others, be beautiful and good. Swami Shivananda has Sun Mercury in Bhedaka Amsha, in Kusuma Amsha. 4 times is known as Nagpushpa Amsha. Naga is a snake, Pushpa is a flower. Its fragrance attracts the snake's ability to control sins, negative behavior, and not be afraid. They have ability to attract mystics and be mystical. So here we have Bill Gates has Saturn in 4 times in exalted own sign Multrikona. Swami Shivananda has Mars, Saturn, Venus. Bob Dylan has Sun, Moon, Venus in these positions. Then 5 times is known as Kanduka Amsha. Kanduka is a ball. The planet has ability to excel at sports, entertainment. They can enjoy life, have fun, creativity, intuition. Bill Gates' moon is there. George Clooney has Jupiter placed there. 6 times known as Kerala Amsha. Kerala was a great king who ruled justly. The planet can achieve greatness without compromising their ideals. Bill Gates has Venus. George Clooney has Saturn. Bob Dylan, Jupiter. George Clooney is what is it? He's Capricorn ascendant. So his Lagna Lord is in Kerala Amsha. That means he has got a great strength, high point Saturn plus Kerala Amsha. So here what I've done is that I made a special page. So this is Wim Chopak. Let's just look at Adam Levine's chart. So my page 31, I have this chart here, and this I've put the graphs in. I made it myself, this page. And I put all the planets graphs in, and you can see Saturn is 9, the lowest, so you get an immediate picture. And these are his Visheshika Amshas. So most people will have up to 6 is okay. 2 to 6, and you see that all his planets are in Visheshika. This is not true for everybody, because sometimes people will have planets that are not in Visheshika, and but if the planets are in Visheshika, his maximum Visheshika is with Jupiter, Kerala Amsha. Jupiter's got 13 points. Moon has the number 2, Kanduka. But overall, having all the planets, and especially his Lagna Lord Sun, has got 3, Kusuma Amsha. It's the Amsha is like a honor you have, or that privilege that is there that gives you extra qualities, but it is really important to see that. So let us look at some more charts here. So here, this is Lynn's chart. And so this is really mostly, I look at it. So you can see Lynn has, she's Capricorn ascendant, and look at Saturn, very powerful, 16 points. Mercury, 15, Moon, 14. All the planets are strong, with the exception of the Sun. And sometimes when Sun is not strong, it gives you a sort of lack of confidence in yourself. And you can see here all the planets, even the Sun with his low numbers, it has got 2 exaltation on signs. And we can see Moon is Kanduka 5 times, Jupiter's 5 times, Venus is 6 times, Saturn is Nagpushpa. That means that a lot of all the planets are getting the Visheshika, the special attention, and that is good. But still, Lynn, you have to work with your confidence, even though Lagna Lord is strong. And you see, these points, they don't give other information, like Sun is in the 10th house, which will help you, other factors, if there any conjunction, what houses they are. This is giving you a numerical value of the situation. And Mary, Mary, you don't have Sun. Your Sun is very strong. It is 13 points out of 20. That's regarded as strong. But it doesn't get the exalted own sign, Mool Trikona, in any this thing. So, but it is still strong. And you can see Moon very strong. It's your strongest planet, 15. Jupiter, very strong, 15. But here we haven't studied this Kalpa Vriksha. We'll just come to that. That's quite rare. 7 times Jupiter's own exalted sign. And because you're Leo, Jupiter rules your 5th house. So that's good points, good luck, good opportunity, and all the planets. But your ascendant ruler not having Visheshika, and maybe at a younger age, you may have felt, people don't recognize me, don't understand who I am. But that is something that you have to look at and see. And then we look at Maureen. Again, everything is above 10. Jupiter is the strongest with 15 points. But here we see that you have number of planets with no Visheshika. And these no Visheshikas at the time of the Dasha, you may feel, I'm not getting honored, respected as I would like to. But you have we haven't even studied this Jupiter, Chandanvan, Amsha, Venus, Kalpa Vriksha. 8 times exalted on sign Jupiter, Venus 7 times. Very rare to get these high points. And you can see Jupiter has 15 points and Venus has 14 points. I'll just come to that. I'll explain what they mean. Normally, I'm not that concerned about their names. I'm just concerned that you have it or not. And this is Myra. And you see here, Myra, almost all the planets are equal power. Venus and Saturn, very strongest, but everything's above 12. And we see here 13, Mars and Mercury as Cancer Lagna, Moon as 12, and all the planets have the auspicious divisions. And Lagna Lord Moon has Bedaka, and the highest is Jupiter with Keralamsha, Venus also with Keralamsha. Jupiter has 12 points and Venus has 14. So if you think which one is stronger, you would say Venus is stronger. And for your Rahu Ketu, Myra, you'd look Rahu for Gemini, Mercury, and Ketu for Jupiter. So that is how you would look at it. So let us look at a few more. So now 7 times is Kalpa Vriksha Amsha. So from 7 onwards, you see that it gets much higher. This is, and fewer people have. And we had a few in this class. In the morning, we just had 1 person with Kalpa Vriksha, but this class, we have a lot more. Kalpa Vriksha is a special tree that gives you what you desire. Planets placed here can make your dreams come true, give whatever you want. George Clooney has Venus in Kalpa Vriksha, Angela Merkel, Saturn, Bob Dylan, Saturn, Mercury. Now, Angela Merkel was the Chancellor of Germany, very powerful lady. And Saturn, of course, is what is the ruling planet, which gives you ability to rule or to organize. And she became the chancellor in Saturn Dasha. So her Saturn being powerful, it was also giving her the ability to rule, be successful. And 8 times, very rare. 8 is even rarer. Chandan Van Amsha. Chandan is sandalwood, 1 is forest. A forest of sandalwood is precious and desirable. Sandalwood paste adorns the deities in all temples. Planet has special qualities that give wealth, but also abilities that others desire. Carl Gustav Jung had Saturn in Chandanvan, Prince Harry has Jupiter. Remember what I said, when you have a planet extra strong, it also comes with a responsibility. So, it's not just that, okay, it's strong, I can do whatever I feel like. But definitely for Harry, having his Jupiter in such a good, strong position, that is helpful. 9 times, you see, I don't have any names here. Purna Chandra Amsha. Purna Chandra means full moon. Planet is full of nectar and sweet, ability to give happiness, even make one self-realized. It does not matter what the planet is, it's supported by a bright, intuitive mind. 10 times Ucha Ashrava Amsha. Uch means high, Ashrava is horse. It means a flying horse who's pure and powerful. Planets reflect this and can fly high above others. 11 times is known as Dhanvantari Amsha. Dhanvantari is the celestial doctor, the creator of Ayurveda. He can cure anything. Planets is extremely strong, physically healthy, but with skills for healing others. 12 times is known as Surya Kanta Amsha. Surya is Kanta, is the beloved stone of the sun. When sun shines on it, the stone glows like fire, becomes hot. It shows power, authority, and splendor. Planet's place here can be warm, friendly, and popular. As you see, I don't have any charts here because it's very rare to get this. 13 times is known as Vidruma Amsha. Vidruma is a coral-colored tree with fragrant flowers. Planets will be powerful, different, attractive, and strong. 14 times known as Indra Asana Amsha. Indra is the god of gods. Asana is his throne. So this is a very powerful position for planet to be, can achieve just about anything. So let us look at a few more charts here. I'll talk to you later because I want to do all the charts so that you can see where you are here. So you see, something new is being revealed to you today. So this is Mohini. So here we see all planets above 10, but moon is not so strong. So moon needs some help and support. And of course, you see all the planets are in Visheshika. So that is a good factor. Strongest is Mars and Venus. And your Lagna Lord is Mars. So Mars is strong. And it comes with 3 Kusuma. So that means it comes with Visheshika. All planets have Visheshika. So moon in this case in Mohini's chart rules the 4th house, which is home. So that is the area that moon will not be as strong. Home, happiness, mother, property. So you have to work with it. But 9 is quite okay. We want very low points. That is where you have to really make an effort for it. Then Monica. We see here all planets strong, but look at Venus, 16. That is rare, very rare. And in the auspicious divisions, you can see Mars and Mercury don't have Visheshikas, but Venus has 6 Visheshikas, Kerala Amsha, but with the power of 16. That means it's super powerful for you. You have Venus in the 4th house. So home, property, this is a strong element for you in your chart, Monica. So Muthu, all planets are above 10. Saturn is the strongest. And you can see here the Visheshikas. Mercury doesn't have Visheshika, although it gets quite good points. Venus, as your Lagna Lord, gets 11 points, and it has 2 exalted own sign positions, Vedaka Amsha. 11 points is, Madhya, so that is good. And Saturn extremely powerful. Saturn is Raja Yoga Karaka for you. So being strong, that is very good. And you see that's the highest planet that is there. And Sabrina, we see all planets are above 10. Your Gemini Lagna, Mercury is 13. But you don't have Visheshika for all planets. Mercury is Bhedaka, so that is good. And Saturn, strong Saturn with Nag Pushpa Amsha. And other planets, everything is above 10, so that is a good factor. And overall, all energies are there. Now, one point I wanted to make again to tell you that these points are not telling you, like in case of Sabrina, Saturn, Jupiter, Mars, and Rahu are in the 12th house. It's not telling you that's not the calculation it's making. But Saturn, despite being in the 12th house, is very strong. And the most strongest is Mars. So Mars would be the dominant of these planets because he has the maximum power there. So during its dasha as well, then Mars will be definitely wanting to deliver things. And Sage here, we can see all planets are above 10. Mercury is the only one that doesn't have Visheshika, but otherwise all the other planets are there. You see what happens when the planet doesn't have Visheshika, then sometimes during that planet's dasha or sub-period, you can feel, oh, I'm not getting people are not understanding me, respecting me, I don't get that something extra special bonus, from the planets. Here, Mars is the strongest planet with 14, and it also comes with Kanduka Amsha. And look at Jupiter. Even though Jupiter's only got 11 points, it has Kerala Amsha, 6 times internal picture. So these Varga charts, you have to look at the detail. You do need to look at this detail here. We don't have enough time to look at everybody's detail, but you should look at that to see where the strength is coming from, where the, areas which are not as strong. So then the last few Vargas. So two of them, two Visheshikas, 15 times known as Goloka Amsha. Goloka is cow's heaven, considered the highest one. Planets here can only do good. It's such a powerful position with the ability to achieve pure bliss. 16 times known as Shri Vallabha Amsha. Shri Vallabha is Vishnu. If a planet so placed, people are revered as Vishnu. The more they achieve, the greater the respect, a great position for the planets. But I told you that having 16 may not be the blessing that it appears. A very dear friend of mine, he's no longer with us. He had Sun in 16 times. And Sun achieved 16 times. It's also Gandanta at the same time. And he had Rahu uh, um, with it. And he was too generous. He wanted to be like a king, and he would spend money like no tomorrow, not worry where the money is coming from. And, big parties, everybody was welcome. People were always around him. And, but I think it was also Rahu's influence. It was not just the sun. But there are certain places only, and especially for the sun, it would be like 0 degrees, 01 Aries, that where you get this 16 times. So sometimes, unless you are having a purely sattvic lifestyle, too much strength is also not good. So now we are just looking at Adam Levine's chart again. You see his Shadbal, sorry, not Shadbal, Vimshopak Bal, all the strengths are given. You just check the bottom strength here. I cut out the other information. And then these are his Vimshopak, his 16 Vargas. And he has, again, Jupiter in Kerala. So Jupiter is strong, even though it's in the 12th house. You see, those things you have to then add to your information. His moon is debilitated, but you see, it's got 13 points, Kanduka Amsha. So it's not as weak as when you look at the chart, you'll say, oh, his moon is weak, it's debilitated. But when you study the Vimshopak, this is quite powerful. And Sun also with 13, it's rounding it out here, the numbers. So now let us just look at the last few people whose chart I have to look at. All the S's, we always have a lot of S's here. Okay. Yeah, my audio got muted, sorry. So let us look at so Satya here. Now we can see all the planets. And what is amazing for you, Satya, is that you get 15 for Jupiter, but you don't get Jupiter in Visheshika Amsha. So let me just look at that. Why you didn't get Jupiter? So you see, you have Jupiter in Aries and all fire energy. If you look at it, all friends, either Aries or Leo. So you have a super fiery Jupiter, and you see gets 15 points. And when you look at your Jupiter, Jupiter is in 017, it's Gandanta. I was telling you that if Sun is in that degree, you'll get this position like Satya has. So this is also, to me, it's a Visheshika because it's a Aries signature. You see here that 14 Aries signs. And if you were having Sun, suppose at that 017 Aries, Sun would get so much Visheshika as well. So, and that is why sometimes, you know, it's imbalance because there's too much of fire energy for you. But we can see all planets are strong, and don't take that as without special quality, Satya, because it's got a signature of Aries 14 times. So you could look at that 14 times quality, but otherwise all the other planets, Venus, Saturn, your strongest planet with 15, and Kerala Amsha, Mars also, Nag Pushpa 4 times, so that is good for you. So Serene, all the auspicious divisions are there. But here we see that Jupiter is not very strong, even though it has 2 Bhedakas, but Jupiter is not very strong. And Jupiter is in Taurus, so you do need to work with that. And one very good way to work with Jupiter is to study and to gain knowledge. And Jupiter's not lack of strength can also make you lack confidence in it. And here Jupiter rules your 9th house and 6th house. 9th house is house of father, and you know, guru as well. So that can be an aspect that, but it does have the Bhedaka. It still has special qualities, but you can improve it because that is, and Jupiter is also Karaka for children, Karaka for husband, for money. So all those areas, sometimes there's lack of effort towards those areas. So you need to see how you can develop and work with that. And Shantipan, all the planets above 10, look at Saturn, 16. Saturn gets Nagpushpa. Jupiter with 12, but gets Kalpavriksha. Mercury is quite strong, but it is not getting a Visheshika. So Visheshika is that little extra, little or more extra that is not there. And so this is snow. Again, all planets above 10, Mercury is the highest. Mars is good. You have all planets have Visheshika, but look at Saturn, 9 times, Purna Chandra. Remember, in the numbers, we didn't have any famous personality. So Saturn, not only it has 15 points, which is Purna, and it is also 9 times Purna Chandra, full moon. Very nice aspect for you. You do have Saturn exalted in your chart. It's your 10th and 11th Lord. So also can give you hard work, responsibility. Very good. Sometimes when you have Saturn strong, it also, makes you think, oh, I have to work all the time. And so you have to be careful about that. So here we have Sukanya, and it's nice to see you, Sukanya. And here we see Saturn has low numbers, Venus 13, so the highest. Your Gemini Lagna, so Venus is your 5th lord, so that is good. And here you see all the planets have got Visheshika, but Jupiter Kalpa Vriksha 7 times. So when you look at this bottom grid, you can see Jupiter standing up, and Jupiter very strong guru. Jupiter is Karaka for so many things. So when it is strong, then it is important to appreciate it. And Yang, again, we see now Yang in your case, you have Sun, which gives lack of confidence. Mercury, they're nines. Nines are okay. But what you see is that there's huge strength in all the other planets, and then the 2 planets not so strong. And for Sun, Sun rules your 9th house, so it's worth strengthening it. Mercury, 10th house lord. And here again, Sun doesn't have Visheshika and Mercury. So Sun being low usually gives lack of confidence, or that thinking that people don't really understand you or respect you. But all the other planets are strong for you. Lagna Lord Jupiter 15 with Kanduka Amsha. So you have to plug in the holes, so to say, where the strength is not there. So that is very important. This gives you immediately Yunnan. Here, wow, see that Jupiter, a lot of you have very strong Jupiter. Jupiter, Saturn 15, Jupiter 16. And here we see only Moon has no Visheshika, but Moon is 10, it's okay. And you have Virgo Lagna. Mercury is also not that strong, but it has 3 exaltation on signs. So it still has the Visheshika. So that gives an added fillip to it. Saturn is got Kerala, Jupiter's Kanduka 5 times, 6 times. So this is very powerful. And last person is Zoe here. And Zoe, here we can see that, Mercury, Venus, Saturn don't have the strength. Now, Jupiter, you have Jupiter 10, and Jupiter has 5 times Kandukamsha. So that is really good for Jupiter, as he's your ascendant ruler. But you see that there is great height Mars, very good Mars with 14, and Mars getting Kusumamsha. But you also have need to work on the moon, Venus and Saturn. One good way to work on the moon is also have a regular lifestyle, steady, regular lifestyle. That is a very good thing. And finally, I just wanted to look at Atma Jyoti's chart. We looked at her right early on. And with that very strong Jupiter, look at that 18 Jupiter. And she has Jupiter and Purna Chandra. So I knew she would have one of the strong Visheshikas. So full moon Jupiter, very nice Jupiter in the chart. So that is it for today. Anybody has any questions?
Hi, Camilla.
Hi, Satya.
I just wanted to ask about, so what you were talking about, my Jupiter in Gandanta and in Aries in almost all divisional charts and no.
Yeah.
Is that something I should be concerned about, like during my Jupiter Dasha, or like should I work on my Jupiter, or because it's showing like 2 pictures, like fairly good number, but no Visheshika. So
No, I think it is Visheshika because you got everything in Aries. I would say what you have to work with is stop being too impulsive.
Okay.
Because Aries, it wants to do things like yesterday. So it's in a rush to do things. So you have to manage that. It's very special because it is, and the Gandanta is usually sometimes you don't, you unsettle yourself. So you have to be careful. So if you're restraining yourself a bit, then the unsettled will be easier to manage.
Okay, thank you very much.
But it's even though it's not a Visheshika, I regard it as Visheshika because, one sec, I have to just find because it, one sec. Yeah, Atma Jyoti also Jupiter's in Gandanta. That's why you get these positions. What have I done? I keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, there I am. And I just so you see, that's a signature. What the Visheshika is just saying is that if you have a signature, so you see you have all fire. So sometimes the fire can burn you up. So that's what you have to be cautious about. Not that it isn't special, but it's that too much fire, how you're going to manage that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So that is it for today. I shall see you all next week. Next week, we start looking at particular Vargas. So we are going to start with Hora and look at some particular Vargas. And I don't think today I wanted to see all your charts, so we've run over a little bit. I won't be looking at all your charts next week. I don't know. Let's see. And just a reminder to you that there's an eclipse on 14th. And those of you who are in USA, it's in the daytime visible. So just be cautious. Otherwise, it's just disturbed energy. So just be careful around that time. So that's on Saturday. Okay, bye-bye.